Today I am reviewing a console I wanted to test for a long time, but I just never got the chance. Now that the price has dropped to an incredibly good $150, I decided this was the perfect time to review it. The console comes in a minimalist box. Inside, there is a welcome flyer from Anbernic. Under a soft protective layer, you'll find the console itself right away. And it's really big. For some reason, I thought it would be much smaller, more like a PSP Go. But in reality, it's about 1.5 or even twice as big as I expected. I purposely avoided watching gaming tests and reviews of this console until now, so I could form my own opinion and get genuine first impressions. As you can see, I ordered the white version. In my opinion, it looks very stylish in this color, but unfortunately, its size kind of ruined my first impression. There is also a separate small box with rubber caps for the analog sticks in both white and black. And of course, there is a standard USB-A to USB-C cable for charging the console. At the bottom of the box, there is a black envelope. Inside, you'll find the manual and a strong, high-quality screen protector that covers the entire front of the console. This is pretty rare for Anbernic consoles, so in my opinion, it's a great bonus. Overall, the package is very good and appealing. By the way, you can buy this console on Aliexpress. It comes in two colors, black and white. And to make your purchase even more affordable, be sure to use my promo codes at checkout. You'll find all the details and a link to the console in the description box. From a technical standpoint, this console is basically a copy of another popular Anbernic handheld, the RG476H. I reviewed that one before, so if you haven't seen it yet, you can check out that review through the link in the description box. The console is powered by an 8-core Unisoc T820 processor. Graphics are handled by a quad-core Mali G57 GPU, and it comes with 8GB of LPDDR4X RAM. Right out of the box, the console runs Android 13 and has 128GB of internal storage. It also has a microSD card slot, which lets you expand your game library significantly. The console has a great 4.7-inch LTPS display with multi-touch support and a maximum refresh rate of 120Hz. The battery capacity is 500 mAh. That gives you around 6 hours of gameplay, depending on how demanding the game is. It also has built-in Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, plus the usual cheap vibration motor that can sometimes vibrate so strongly that it gets annoying. That always with Anbernic, the build quality, materials and overall feel are excellent. Despite its unusual slide-in form factor, it's comfortable to hold. As you can see, the screen doesn't wobble and the slide-in mechanism snaps into place very loudly and strongly. So I recommend holding the screen when opening or closing it to make the movement smoother. Another downside for me, besides the size, is the weight. At 380 grams, I think it's just too heavy for this form factor. It's not very comfortable to carry around in your pocket. The back has a nice matte texture along with the vent for the cooling fan. In the console settings, you can choose between CPU balance mode and game mode, as well as 4 fan modes: silent, balance, turbo and fixed. I prefer turbo mode because the fan is pretty quiet and doesn't bother you while playing, but it improves processor performance by keeping it cooler. The D-pad is membrane-based and feels high quality. Diagonal inputs work well. The face buttons are glossy and membrane-based too. They feel great to press and don't make any unnecessary noise. The analog sticks are very smooth and soft, even though they sit in recessed areas. They are still comfortable to use, and their range of movement is good enough for comfortable gameplay. The triggers and bumpers are standard and have a nice quiet click. But because the console is so large, you have to reach for them. If it were smaller, it would be much more comfortable to hold and use the shoulder buttons and triggers. The size and weight are the console's biggest downsides. Another thing that stands out is the uneven screen bezels at the top and bottom. Personally, I notice that immediately when I look at the console, and it's an important design detail for me. Maybe it won't matter to you, since the screen itself is excellent and very enjoyable to play on. As always, the console is ready to use right out of the box. It comes with a good launcher that's already set up, along with a full package of different emulators for almost everything you might need. And before we continue, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Also, don't forget to click the bell icon so you won't miss any new videos. And if you want to support the channel even more, you can hit the hype button. It helps push the video to new audiences and brings even more people into our community. Now let's test a few games and see how well this console handles its main job. Thanks to its performance and 4x3 screen format, just like more retro systems, this console is ideal for basic retro gaming. It can handle everything from old NES and Sega games, all the way up to PlayStation 2, GameCube and even Nintendo 3DS games. Basically, it could become your only Anbernic console for all kinds of games. The console handles PSP games really well, even at increased resolution. If you're a fan of PSP games, this console offers a great experience. Games run without any lag or stuttering, and screen size is comfortable enough to enjoy your favorite games. But PS Vita games aren't as smooth. Only a small part of the library runs well. Other games either don't launch at all or have graphical artifacts. When testing PlayStation 2 games, I didn't feel any discomfort at all. Games run smoothly enough, without lag or stuttering. In my opinion, if you're looking for a console for PS2 games, this is the ideal entry-level option. You'll have access to a large number of games that run smoothly without delays. Even in more demanding and fast-paced games, the FPS stays stable, and that's more than enough for comfortable gameplay. Since the console runs Android, we also get access to Play Store games and Android ports. Not all of them work perfectly, and some games have graphical artifacts or major FPS drops. But either way, this greatly expands the number of games you can play and the console's overall capabilities. To wrap things up, at $150, this is one of the best Anbernic consoles for basic PS2 gaming. You can start playing right out of the box, but in my opinion, it has two serious downsides: its size and weight. What's more, I actually like the sliding form factor, and I have no complaints about that design. I like it actually, but the size and weight of the console were disappointing for me. Still, if those things aren't as important to you as they are to me, then I definitely recommend this console. Its performance and build quality let you enjoy your favorite games with good graphics on a great screen.